Hello, wrestling fans. This is Sal Lasardo reporting in from Orlando, Florida, with this weekend's edition of Rough Cuts. As you know, Sunday on February 21st at 7 p.m. live on the WWE Network will be the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, as we are in the middle of the WrestleMania season. That's going to take place in Raymond James Stadium just less than 2 months away. Before I get to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, I want to express my deepest and dearest condolences to the family of Jay the Candyman Shannon, who passed away this week. Jay Shannon has been a fixture writing for Bill Apter for a very, very long time. He was on the indie scene, he did conventions, he did everything and anything in this business. We are all deeply saddened and heartbroken by the loss of our dear friend Jay Shannon. I have never met Jay, but I have conversed with him by email many times on projects. We always mentioned each other in our articles and things that we did, and we always tried to help each other be as good as we can be so that you, the viewers, and the audience that are reading could see exactly the time, the effort, the energy that we put each and every one of our videos and articles. Jay Shannon has been a true inspiration to me, to Bill, to everyone that he has touched in the business and along the way. His family, his friends, fellow peers, wrestlers, you name it. Jay touched so many, many lives, and he is never ever going to be forgotten. And this Elimination Chamber will be a tribute to him. Thank you, Jay, for being my friend, for being a fellow writer, for inspiring me to be the best that I can be, although I know I will never be as good as you, but I will definitely try harder each and every day to be as hard-working and reliable that I can so that you can have your memory honored in a way like no other. So, with that being said, Jay, again, thank you. Rest in peace. Prayers to your family and your loved ones. We miss you. We love you. We will never forget you. The fans will never forget you. And I encourage you, if you want to remember Jay, please keep him in your thoughts and prayers for the family. Look up his articles online, and he's all over the place. Please, it'll just be very inspiring in knowing that his work will never, ever be forgotten about. So, on behalf of Rough Cuts, myself, Sal Lasardo, and everybody that has known him, rest in peace. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really, really sorry for the loss of our dear friend. With that being said, we do have a show to get to, and on Sunday evening, as I stated, it is the Elimination Chamber. Please be advised that these are my opinions only. They are not affiliated with the WWE or Bill Apter. Right off the bat, they're going to likely start with the Elimination Chamber for a shot at the WWE Universal Championship later in the evening. The winner of the match is going to face Roman Reigns at the end of the card. Why this is happening is beyond me. You're going to have you're basically watching to see the chamber, but I think the chamber should serve a purpose. And that purpose should have meaning behind it. Not that you're going to win the chamber after having a brutal, brutal matchup, and then you're going to basically be in a squash match with Roman, because how much energy are you going to have left to face Roman Reigns after a match of this magnitude when this match takes its toll on you? I mean, seriously, how much energy could one performer going to have? But let's just say it's going to happen. So let's get right to it. In the Elimination Chamber itself, it's going to be Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Daniel Bryan. Of all the possibilities of this, who do I think is going to emerge to face Roman? It's a tough call. Number one, it's not going to be Jey Uso. I don't think Jey is going to face Roman because that's already happened. Daniel Bryan, I think, needs to be safe for later on. I do not want to see Daniel Bryan win this for the obvious reasons, because I think Roman and Daniel needs to be a true main event, not a potential squash match. Kevin Owens already had a last standing match with Roman, and again, this is another one where I say that it's going to be difficult to sell on because Kevin Owens just can have a brutal match inside the chamber, and then you're asking him then to basically probably lose in less than 5 minutes against Roman later on. I think it's too much. I don't think it would happen, but I think it's probably going to be the logical choice here. I think it's going to be Kevin Owens that's going to emerge. I don't see King Corbin or Sami Zayn or Cesaro emerging to face Roman. I don't see it. I think it's going to be Kevin Owens, and I don't think Kevin Owens is going to have much left in the tank after a brutal match. I think he'll put up a fight. I think he'll probably put up a good, maybe 10-minute fight, but I think we know he's not going to win because on Friday night on SmackDown, Edge got speared by Roman Reigns. So we know where this is heading. We know that no matter who Roman faces when this is over, Edge is going to come out and spear Roman Reigns, and Edge is going to declare that it's going to be Edge versus Roman at WrestleMania. But for the Elimination Chamber, of all the participants, I could see Kevin Owens emerging. I think Kevin Owens will put up a valiant fight, but how much is he going to have left? Probably not much, but hopefully maybe we'll get a good 10 minutes. But when it's over, yeah, I'll say yes. He'll win it. He'll win the Elimination Chamber. He'll lose to Roman in about 10 minutes, and then Edge is going to come out and spear Roman, and then what's going to happen is that Edge is going to declare against Roman. And I don't, and it was the least likely of the possibilities I had hoped for Edge, but this is where we're going. So that's my pick. Kevin Owens wins. Roman will retain in probably less than 10 minutes, and Edge will come out and spear Roman Reigns. So that's covering both of those matches. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to take on Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. What I think is going to happen here is that the champs are not going to lose, but Sasha is going to get pinned. What? I've lost my mind. Yes, I know. Sasha's going to get pinned for one reason and one reason only, because what's going to happen is that Bianca Belair is going to help Sasha up, and, it's going to be all right, no problems, and then she's going to clothesline her. And she's going to clothesline her, and she's going to take the Women's Championship, hold it up high, and then drop it on Sasha Banks, and she's going to declare that she's going to face Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. That's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. So we're going to get Edge going after Roman, and we're going to get Bianca going after Sasha. That's what this is going to lead to, with this all culminating. So the tag champs are going to retain, and over Sasha and Bianca is going to level Sasha, be the heel, and we're going to get Bianca and Sasha, which in my last rough cut after the Rumble said this would be the most logical choice, because you need to keep. There's no way Bianca's going to face Io Shirai over in NXT since she's been called up, and you need to keep. And Charlotte and Osaka and maybe Rhea Ripley may go to Raw. There's no way you're getting Bianca in the middle of that, so this sets up this match at WrestleMania. So that's the direction I'm heading. Bobby Lashley will take on with MVP versus Keith Riddle versus Keith Lee versus Riddle for the Triple Threat United States Tag Team Championship. A lot of people have been saying they think that Keith Lee might get the title here. I don't think so. I honestly don't see Keith Lee on the Vince McMahon radar right now. I don't see Matt Riddle on the radar as well. I think that it's going to be Bobby Lashley will emerge. Bobby Lashley getting more vicious in each and every one of his matches, especially with MVP in his corner. And I could definitely conceivably just see this just being, I think it'll be a decent triple threat match. I think Matt Riddle will put out a lot of stuff, but I think there's going to be a lot of power involved in this, a lot of UFC type of stuff, body slams and things of that nature, especially with Keith Lee and Bobby Lashley. But Bobby Lashley's not losing the title at all. One way, no matter how you look at it, Bobby Lashley's not losing. So let's just lay that to rest. Bobby Lashley, I think the pin will go against Matt Riddle. I don't think Keith Lee will get squashed here. I think it'll be Matt Riddle that will get the fall, will take the fall, and we'll see what happens with Keith Lee going forward for WrestleMania season. I expect him to be involved, but I don't expect him to lose here, one way or the other. The Elimination Chamber final match, the other match, this match will happen before Roman takes on the winner, which will, like I said, would be likely my pick would be Kevin Owens. But the Raw elimination is for the championship. Drew McIntyre has got to defend it against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Kofi Kingston. All and anyone deserving. I truly believe that Drew McIntyre is going to lose, sadly enough here. The excuse would be, now that we are on a collision course with Edge versus Roman, well, why should Drew lose here? Well, you want to keep Drew relevant, even though he's could lose inside the structure. He got to defend off all these other competitors. He'll basically get out of the title scene for WrestleMania, but not, looking terrible as far as losing it one-on-one. My pick is going to be Randy Orton, and what I think is going to happen is very simply, Randy Orton is going to somehow emerge out of this. It may come down to Randy and Drew in the end of it. I think that's what they'll be the last two standing. And Randy's going to basically just unload on an RKO or two and finish off Drew, which I was kind of against it. I wanted to maybe see Edge and Drew go, or Edge and Finn, but obviously it's not going to happen. I think the reason is this. Randy Orton is going to become champion for the sole reason is that when Randy Orton wins the Elimination Chamber and he holds up the title, Alexa Bliss is going to appear and she's going to do her thing of letting them in, and Randy's going to be in this kind of shock and awe and this and that. The lights are going to go out, she's going to appear, then the lights are going to go out again, and we're going to see the metamorphosis of Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt is going to level Randy Orton. And this is going to set up WrestleMania. This is going to set up WrestleMania. I believe that we are going to see Bray Wyatt make his emergence from his metamorphosis, and it's going to be against Randy Orton for the Raw Championship at WrestleMania. It won't make Drew look bad at all, so don't think that Drew losing is going to look bad. It's just going to make him look good because he had to overcome the odds of all these competitors. I don't know when he will come in. It'll be interesting to see when he appears, but at the end of it, he has to defend off all these challenges inside the structure. And I truly believe it's going to be Randy and Bray at Mania, which is not a bad thing, but what do you do with Drew? Drew's going to get back in the title scene, gang, all right? Look, Drew is going to be back in the title scene. It may even be, I don't think it'll be a triple threat match. I'm going to say no to that. But suffice it to say, I think that we're going to get the conclusion of the continuation of the Randy Bray storyline. And the only way to do that is that Randy has to have gold. Because Edge is going to face Roman. And to make it interesting, you're not going to have Drew and Bray go. You have two basically crowd favorites, and that's not going to go. So you get Randy involved. And this will continue it with Alexa and Bray to build it to WrestleMania. They've already done a lot of things, and I don't think it'll be a cinematic match. I think it'll be a true live match at WrestleMania, so it won't be anything cinematic. And I think the build will be good. I think they'll go back and forth with this Alexa Bliss stuff. So I really would be intrigued on what kind of a match, type of a match they will have in front of a live audience. And I don't think it'll disappoint. I'm interested to see where Bray is and what they're going to do with Bray and how the transformation would be. And I do believe that when Drew McIntyre is going to get back in the title scene. Do not count out Drew McIntyre. But for WrestleMania, I think this is where they're going to go. And I don't have any problems with it for the time being. As long as at some point that you get Drew back in the title scene by SummerSlam. You want to get Drew back in the title scene because he's your future of your company. So I think that's where they're going to go, and that's my pick. As far as what I think overall, I'm kind of disappointed in a way. Number one, the SmackDown Chamber should not happen at all whatsoever. It should not have happened at all. When Roman speared Edge, that was it. You knew that it's going to be Edge and Roman. There was no reason to have that match and then have Roman face the winner later in the night. No need for it. What they should have done was, Osaka has not defended her women's championship in forever, since September. Why not have Osaka defend her title in the chamber with Charlotte, Rhea, Bailey, maybe even Sasha. Maybe Sasha goes Sasha 2 belts. You know, something along those lines. But then the flip side is, well, then we don't have a SmackDown chamber. Well, so what? Does it have to be SmackDown and Raw each have to have a chamber match? I don't agree with that logic. Do you? I would have rather seen Osaka defend her title in the chamber. She hasn't defended this title since September. Put Charlotte, her, Rhea, Bianca, Bailey, and Sasha in the chamber. There's your competitors. You have SmackDown represented, you have Raw represented, and the winner is the champion. I just don't think there's any reason. The only reason why we're intrigued by it is that it's going to be a great match, but then no one's going to have anything left to face Roman. We know this. We're watching to see the structure. And we're watching to see 6 talented performers go at it, but what are they going to have left to face Roman? Not much. And also, with Drew, I think we're going to have a very solid, talented match because the structure is very unforgiving. Yes, in that regards. But I don't see a standpoint of why we need to have this match when Osaka has not defended her title. I would have put Osaka as well in the chamber with a couple of SmackDown people and a couple of Raw people and have Osaka defend the title. And likely then she would lose, and whoever it may have been. I would have hoped that either would probably, I think, would have been Charlotte, and then lead up to Charlotte and Rhea for WrestleMania. That's what I would have done. So that's the disappointing factor that I have on this. But overall, yeah, we're going to tune in. I'm going to watch. I'm going to cover the reporting on it, and I think we're going to see WrestleMania start to take shape. Yes, we're going to see it. I wouldn't be so concerned about Roman facing whoever in the end. Enjoy the show, enjoy the structure, the gimmicky part of it. Just be intrigued by it. That's what we're paying. That's what we're watching for. Let's see WrestleMania come to fruition. Okay, that's what we're here for. And before I go, I just want to wish a very happy belated birthday. It was on Friday the 19th, 2021. The most queen of wrestling. Sorry, Charlotte, but there was a queen before you. Francine Fournier from ECW had her birthday on Friday the 19th. Happy belated birthday, Francine. Thank you for being my friend and talking to me on Twitter as always. You are the queen of extreme. You are the queen of wrestling. You will always be the queen of wrestling in my eyes and in many fans' eyes. I can agree with that. And again, my condolences to Jay the Candyman Shannon and his family. Thank you, Jay. I miss you. We love you. I will never forget you. For this edition of Rough Cuts, may all your matches be a main event. Be safe. Until after the chamber, I'm Sal Lasardo reporting in from Orlando, Florida. Be well.